Never get it up.
Welcome in, everyone, to our Monday night awesome eRacing Pro Series event here live at Brazil. We will be racing in the rain tonight. Very excited. Joined with our new co-host and one of my best friends, Jake. Jake, how are you, sir? And welcome into another exciting event.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure being here as always. I'm looking forward to an exciting race in Brazil, especially with the wet. Should make for an interesting one.
Yeah, I love wet racing. That is, one of the things that we talked about, I believe, last week. Man, I love it. It's great. Let me see
it's
here.
not for everybody, but it definitely takes a different layer of skill, which I always love to watch and participate in wet races myself.
That is definitely why I am broadcasting and not racing, because it is much more fun to watch the race than it is to be in it when it is in the wet.
That's
and
fair.
There you go. I just sent that to you. Looks like I need to join something. Here we go. And they are going to be qualifying here.
How is the qualifying typically set up? Is it one shot?
No, they do, I believe, 15.
Let's see. I think I got it pulled up.
Yeah, I'm trying to join in right now. It should be a blue screen is what you probably see. Session no longer exists, so I don't like that. You have to try to join like 4 or 5 different times sometimes. There we go.
Good to see EA hasn't fixed their server issues. For the short qualifying, is it just 15 straight minutes, or do they do it like Q3, Q2, Q1 kind of thing? Like where it eliminates people?
I don't know why it's not.
You not actually spectate it?
I'm spectating. If I hit the triangle, I'll stop spectating.
This is some exciting action going on.
It is. I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Maybe they haven't started it yet. No, I don't know if they're actually racing yet or not.
Yeah, I'm messaging. Lobby updating. I've never seen this before.
Oh, it says Mike RPM's joining in. Yeah, maybe they just haven't launched it on their end since you're just spectating.
Yeah. Oh, and it's hard not being in their party as well.
Yeah. That would be interesting to have a broadcast where you can hear all the live radio of the drivers.
Oh, that would be great.
Might not be family friendly, but Would
Oh
make for
no,
entertaining watch.
never want to be in a party chat with the racers while you're broadcasting.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been in many online lobbies in the F1 race, and I've gotten cussed out in languages that I don't even know what they're saying, so I know it gets heated.
I've been cussed out in a few different languages myself.
Yeah, that's the fun thing about this game. You playing with people all over the world, so. It's like the only trash talk I actually hear is like when I'm getting trash talked by a British person or something.
Okay, so what I was just told by the boss, 12-lap sprint race for this one after qualifying.
Okay.
Then 36 laps for the race.
Oh yeah, so we got a sprint race too.
Yeah.
I don't remember how the points work for a sprint race. I want to say it's 10 for first place.
I don't know, but they got a full field here. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Oh, it's 8 points for first.
We got 15.
15 racers.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Let's hope most of the field can stay on the track this time. Have over half the cars finishing would be great. Cautiously optimistic about it though, with it being a wet race.
Well, no, from what I've been hearing, from what they've been saying, with the intermediate tires, they're doing a lot better than you would expect. I know they have been practicing a lot over here this week. I've been watching, a bunch of these guys are friends up here, so I'm constantly seeing them over on F1 when I feel like they should be over on NASCAR, but they're not. They're over on F1 practicing F1, and it's really cool to see, especially, some of these guys, like last night's winner in the NASCAR race that I broadcast, It's Your Bro Chase, is in here tonight. DB was in that race last night. He's in the Red Bull car tonight. Favre in the Alfa Romeo. Romeo. Okay, Alfa Romeo car tonight. Slade won a big race over in NASCAR this week. Mike RPM's always over on NASCAR. So to see these guys go from 4 tires, fenders, full body 3,500-pound stock cars over here to these lightweight, open wheel, little mini airplanes on wheels. It's really that's just what they remind me of, little airplanes on wheels. It's awesome to see how great they are when they transition from one type of car to another, one game to another. I mean, EA Sports puts out such amazing quality compared to what Monster Games is putting out over on the NASCAR side of things, that I have found I want to take this game and put fenders on these cars, and I think I might be competitive.
Well, yeah. Make it a little closer to a NASCAR car, and you might be in here winning some races yourself.
I do win races in here when I set the AIs to minimum and put all my assists on. I can win any race I enter.
Even against these guys?
No. AIs on easy.
Yeah, AIs only. Okay.
And put my assists on high. I can come over here and whoop some tail from Lewis Hamilton ain't got nothing on me.
Oh, Lewis Hamilton ain't got nothing on you. You ain't got 7 world titles or anything?
Not over here. I have 7 world titles. He doesn't win a race when I'm entered in it.
Yeah, I do love going into the career mode and just destroying bots for a couple seasons.
Man,
every race.
I'm really upset about not seeing anything right now. I don't know what I should do.
Well, I don't know that they're actually racing because I keep seeing people pop in and out of the lobby, so I don't know that they've started it yet.
I'm going to back out.
all that. Engine faults on, but when I go to NASCAR, it's a whole different league. I'm sitting there as a back marker usually, just trying to stay out of the way.
Here we go. Okay. That's all I needed to do.
You got it?
Back out and back in. Yep.
Oh, heck yeah. And we're going to get some action. Once we're through the loading screen.
All right, so here we are. We've got Slade, who I was told early in the week is going to be the one to watch. Is Slade.
Oh, he's already got the fastest time on the board.
And he does. And you've got Favre
right
out
now.
on. We're on Favre at the moment on his
Favre.
out lap.
And he's just starting his lap. Let's see what kind of time he can put down. Seeing quite a few yellow flags pop up already. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come for the race. The good news is we'll have the sprint race and the actual race though. So
now, when they're
action.
qualifying like this, and a caution comes out in Sector 2 or Sector 3, do they have to slow down during qualifying?
I'm not sure how it works in the game, but in real life, yes, they do have to slow down in real life.
Okay.
You have to basically slow down to a reasonable enough speed where you can stop, especially if there's double waved yellows. Yeah, generally a yellow flag will basically ruin your lap.
All right, so here we are. We're following along with Favre. He's coming into Sector 3 right now, coming down to the start-finish line. Taking this last corner, little kink right here, and Favre goes into second with a 1:16.958. We've got
Quite
Spider.
A brilliant lap too.
We've got Spider out here.
I think Favre has some more time he can catch there too, because it seems like he had a little wobble on a couple of spots. Watching Spider, just saw some debris on the track. I don't know from whose car that was.
Yeah, I saw a car too.
Yeah, it might be DB. And it does say DB is out, as well as the biscuit.
As the biscuit, yep. So DB throwing his lap of a 1:17.992. That's all he's going to get. He's out of this qualifying event.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll be good enough to hold top 10, but we'll see. The track should dry up with these cars running on it, so you should see faster times be put up.
And they have 7 minutes and 45 seconds left in qualifying. All right, Spider coming down to complete his lap. He's going to move up to the number 2 spot. So you got Spider to 1:16.568. You've got Slade on the provisional front pole position with a 1:16.526. Spider in second with a 5:68. Johnny Damon in third with an 8:10. Favre with a 9:58. And then It's Your Bro Chase, who looks like he's out on a lap now. So let's check on Chase. Now we're riding along with It's Your Bro Chase.
Yeah, he's got a little traffic in front of him.
He does a 1:17.061. Now, you want to stay in those tire tracks of the guy in front of you, right? That's going to be the better spot to be in the rain,
yeah, you
possibly?
want to definitely stay on the line itself, like the driving line, because that's going to be the drier spot. You're going to get a lot more grip there. Once you start hitting those wet spots, anything can happen. You can get a little loose coming out, have a little wheel jerk, a little oversteer, so you definitely want to stay on that dry line as much as possible.
All right, so Chase not on a flyer at the moment. Let's see if Hayden is on his flyer. He looks like he is.
Chase moves out the lane. Yeah, the only time you really want to try to get more on that wet spot is if you're trying to cool your tires down. If your tires are getting a little overheated, you can go into like the wetter part of the track and it will cool your tires down a little bit. So as the track dries out, you might see some people steer off of the racing line a little bit, but most of the time you'll see them right on that line.
So move Hayden up to 4th with a 16.928.
Oh, yeah.
And Zach looks like he is out, but he's got traffic in front of him. This seems like it is a flyer lap, though. Off into the grass just a little bit.
Okay, gosh, you're only a couple seconds ahead of me. That's not bad.
I need windshield wipers on the video, on the camera lens here.
Yeah, for everybody who's not out in front, it's going to be a hard race to see.
So move Zach to the top of the board, 116.335. And Slade, who I have heard is the favorite for tonight after talking with many of these drivers, he is on his flyer lap at the moment, taking the green flag right now. So we're going to get a good full lap in with Slade here as he just crossed the start-finish line. So we're going to see what Slade can do here with less than 4 minutes to go, I believe, in qualifying.
You did pretty well through that Senna S, got a good exit. He's up on his sector time, so he's on pace for his fastest lap.
He is, so Slade throwing it down here in the wet at Brazil on a Monday night. I love it. Nothing better to do on a Monday night.
Yeah, it seems like he's getting every little bit of pace out of that car. Driving it on rails.
He has got traffic in front of him, though. Is that going to affect this lap? He's got 2 more corners. And you're going to have to tell me what the names of these corners are if you know them. Remember,
the only one I know is coming into turn 1. That is the Senna S.
The Senna S.
Yep, Senna. After
move Slade back up to the top with a 116.132.
Yep.
And we've got 3.5 minutes left in qualifying.
What a brilliant lap. He was just chunking away at those sector times little by little. He's a whole 2/10 up on Zach and a whole 4/10 clear of Spider.
All right, and we're going to jump in on Favre, who just took his green flag. And Favre did. We missed that. Oh, he's okay. So that lap is trash now.
Yeah, right here is the Senna S. Oh, whoa. Has to dodge some traffic there. That might cost him a couple tenths.
Yeah, so we're going over to
Johnny Damon off the track.
We do. So we're going over to Hayden, and Hayden taking his green flag. Actually, you know what? Let's go to someone who's on an out lap. We'll go to last week's broadcast extraordinaire, Grimesy, who was chilling with us in the booth last week, out on the track this week.
Yeah, it was a pleasure having him in last week.
It was, and I
think
we're going to be
kind of pace he could do on the week out.
Every other week, I believe, is when we're going to get him in the booth.
Hell yeah! Wait, can I say hell in here?
It's Twitch. I think hell's okay.
Yeah, okay, go for it. Just got to make sure. You know, I'm pretty sure I've said it before on here.
So 1 minute 36 seconds left in qualifying. Then we're gonna
should get one chance at putting down a better lap.
Yeah, we'll have one 12-lap. What is it? 12-lap shootout or
sprint race?
Sprint race. 12-lap sprint race.
It's like a shootout.
Yep. And then we'll go 36 laps for the main event. And we've got a full field of 16 tonight. This is going to be fantastic to see. We haven't had a field this big all season. I'm going to enjoy this.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be fun. Especially with the wet involved.
But the way things have gone the last couple of weeks,
these guys' plans.
Are we going to go over and under that more than 8 finish the race?
At 16.
At 16. We've been having about about half the field is finishing these races, these first couple. So let's, over under, we're going to have more than 8 at the checkered flag of 36 laps.
So I think we'll have more than 8 at the end of the sprint race, but at the end of the actual race, I say we probably have 7 guys left, maybe 6.
7 guys.
I think it's going to be pretty wild out there with the rain myself, but we'll see. We'll see. They might drive really cautiously and avoid each other really well, but I don't know. I think these guys are going to be pushing hard to get a lot of points here, so. Especially with the gap that Mike has in first place. Some people are going to really want to be making up some spots, getting as many points as they can.
All right, so TTV Grimes, he did not move up.
Oh, no, he moved up to 8th.
What was he? 9th?
He was 10th.
Oh, okay.
So he did improve himself there a little bit.
Yeah, him and last week's winner, Mike RPM. Let's see if we can jump down to him. He looks like he might be finishing up a lap. He is last week's winner, Mike RPM, currently in 15th with a 1 minute 30-second lap.
Yeah, it's definitely not like Mike, but maybe he's not used to driving in the rain.
And he only jumps up. He doesn't jump up in position, but he does jump up in time to a 1:24.
Yeah, it's shocking to see him struggling on this track so much. But, I imagine it's because it's in the rain. Going from NASCAR to driving this in the rain, you don't really get any rain races in NASCAR, do you?
Only on road courses, but not in the game. They have no rain in the game.
Oh,
all right,
yeah.
So here we are. Starting out front tonight is going to be, like I predicted, Slade with a 1:16, 1:32.
Yeah, he definitely seems to be the favorite here, but anything can happen. Especially with the sprint race, if people get bunched up, that's going to change up the whole order for the actual start of the race. Because whatever people finish in the sprint goes into the race.
Yeah, now Slade is another one of those from the NASCAR world. You know the 16 car that I run?
Yeah.
The spin car? So Slade has the 21 spin car. That's actually his car in the NASCAR game, one of the ePro guys over there. So the 21 car is him, the 16 is his teammate. And someone actually figured out yesterday why I run the 16. I can't believe it's taken someone this long to figure out why Niner Dan would run the 16 car. But
why?
Because the GOAT, Joe Montana, was the number 16.
Joe Montana.
So there was a time I was the 80, there was a time I was the 10, there was a time I was the 8, but nobody beats the number 16. So, yeah.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, I would agree with you on the Joe Montana GOAT thing, but after seeing Tom Brady just win a couple more Super Bowls, it's hard to say that he's not.
Okay, you know what?
Especially watching them.
My argument with that was there was a time about maybe 3 or 4 months ago where the words Tom Brady is the GOAT came out of my mouth. But as long as he is an active player on an active roster, the GOAT conversation is void to me.
Okay.
You cannot be considered a GOAT when you're actively playing.
That's fair, yeah, because he could go out there and throw 50 interceptions this year. And, I mean, it wouldn't really hurt his legacy too much.
Dude, he could go out there and lose every game and throw 10 interceptions a game and retire at the end of the year, and he would still be considered the GOAT. I just don't want to call him that, refer to him as the GOAT, make him think he's the GOAT. Any GOAT talk, as long as you are an active racer or an active player.
Yeah, well, I have a hard time calling him the GOAT, being a Falcons fan and seeing them do to my team what they did.
The start of the 12-lap dash race. What is it called?
Sprint race.
Sprint race. The 12-lap sprint race.
And Slade gets away well going into the first turn into the center S. And not a lot of change.
Well, this right here, This right here is them just warming up their tires. It's not a.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's
thought that was the start. I wasn't paying attention.
It's what do they call it?
Formation lap.
Formation lap. Yes, formation lap.
Yeah, I thought that was the start for it. I looked away from my from the stream for a second. I just saw the cars pulling away. I was like, oh man, they're going at it. That makes sense why everybody's still on the track. I was like, man, everybody made it through turn 1, huh?
Well, Jake's optimistic tonight.
I know how these F1 lobbies go sometimes, especially when you're going into a wet race. Turn 1's always going to be the most interesting, so everybody's going to be trying to get good launches. Some people aren't going to get away well, and it's going to hold other people up. It's always quite the show at the start. But hopefully whatever it is minor and we can keep all the racers in. I imagine they're doing a standing start.
I believe so.
Yep. They're lining up on the grid now. And Grimesy was disqualified from the session. I wonder why that was. Can you see why Grimesy got disqualified?
It does not tell me.
Oh. So if you hit pause and hit the race director, you can see like the flags and stuff.
Well, I'm riding with Grimesy.
Huh?
All right, they are 4, 5, 3 wide. There it is. Oh, and one of them off in the grass. That is.
Oh yeah, we have some contact. I believe that was the Mercedes with the Williams. I'm not sure which racers that was, but. Favre got out to an excellent start. He made his way up to 4th.
He did. Zach up to 2nd, trying to get all over the back of Slade.
I believe P. Gonzalez was involved in that incident because he is 4 seconds away from the 15th place driver.
Right along with Favre here.
Well, nobody's out of the race so far, so that's better than I was thinking. Everybody survived. And we have a yellow flag in Sector 3. I believe it is Mike RPM off the track. Looks like he is back on the track and moving. Oh no, he is DNF. Why do you think Mike RPM's struggling so much here, Daniel?
It might be the rain. Oh no. So back insider information, Mike is not home. I do not believe. He does not have his wheel. He is on a controller.
Oh.
So I remember reading that earlier in Discord that he was not expecting to have a good showing tonight, because he would be, I believe, on a controller.
Yeah, changing the way you race can make all the difference. Especially going into a wet race. If you're not used to that controller and the touchiness, it is really easy to pick up a spin going into one of these turns, or even coming out on the exit. Safety car. I believe there's a safety car.
And there is a full horse safety car.
Well, we made it through a couple laps without seeing the safety car. I'd say that's a win. We only have one person out of the race so far. Still have 15 guys racing. A couple guys going into the pits. I'm guessing for fresh enters.
Oh yeah, I mean, and doing it with a safety car is the time to do it.
Yeah. It's a sprint race though, so they don't have to change tire compounds. And
now,
in the wet, you don't as well. So
well, now
maybe they overheated them.
Well, if they change tires here, do they carry over to the race?
What do you mean? Does that count as like?
Does the laps on the tires here in this race count towards the overall 36 laps race that we're going to do? So say they put 8 laps on these intermediates here. When the start of the next race happens, will they already have 8 laps on their tires, or will the computer give them fresh tires to start that race with?
I believe they will still have the 8 laps on those tires. Like,
okay.
Put down 8 laps, because that's how it works in real life, and I imagine that's how it works
so
here.
If you do take a pit here and get fresh tires, you might be working on tire strategy for the 36 lap race.
Yeah,
no?
They absolutely could be doing that, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, they could be doing that. They could just be getting a couple of laps in on these tires, get some tread off of them, I guess, for maybe when the track dries out, they can switch on to a tire that already has some tread worn off of it. You might have a little more pace coming on once the track starts drying out.
So waiting for, let's see, Wolfsburg to catch up to the field. He's 11 seconds back.
Yep. I believe he's one of the people that took a pit stop. Oh, we still got Slade out there leading it. Zach's still in second and Spider's still in third. I believe the max points you can get for the sprint race is 8. I believe it goes 8, 7, 6, and then on down to 1. So the top 8 people get points here, I believe.
Okay.
So yeah, like normally it's top 10 battling it out, but you might see the people be a little more aggressive up towards 8 because that's the last points or last position that scores points here. So.
Okay. And with Mike RPM having the night he's having, this is really going to close in the points battle. Mike was getting out to a big lead in the points tonight. That's going to all be erased.
Yeah, I think he had, what, like a 30-something point lead?
Yeah, now if you get a DNF in this race, you are not eligible to start the next race, correct?
No, you can start the next race. If you DNF the sprint race, you just start from the back.
Okay, okay.
Yep. So Mike will still be racing in the next race, so he'll get a chance to possibly put down some points, but he will miss out on the points here, and with the way he's struggling, I don't know that he's going to be fighting for the points in the next race, but anything can happen. You're struggling to get down a decent qualifying time, too, so...
So Gonzalez in and out of the pits. As he comes out, he's going to try to catch up with the rest of the field.
But yeah, we could see somebody take the lead in the championship tonight. If the lead's only 30 points, if somebody scores max points here and gets first in the sprint race and fastest lap and first in the race, then they'll take the lead. Assuming it's one of the few that are really close to them, like DB or Grizzly or Chase.
Grizzly not in the race tonight.
Grizzly's not in the race. Alright, well, he won't have an opportunity to make up the points, but the other people should. Ty Genghis is one of those people, and he is currently running in 13th. DB is in the last points position at 8th right now.
Yeah. So safety car going in this lap. All right, Zach, I'm going to need you to reach up and clean that camera for me. As Slade's spraying water all over it. But here we go. Safety car in. We're going back green with 6 laps remaining here in the sprint race.
It's funny you make a comment about that, having a problem seeing with the rain on the visor, because in the old F1 game, you used to be able to wipe that away. If you just like looked if you looked behind you and then like looked forward again, like it would be completely off your visor, which would be sweet. But they took that away, which I don't know why. I really like that feature, but.
All right, so one more loss. Bro Chase out.
Bro Chase, oh man.
Retired from this session.
He was one of the people that could have made up a lot of points on Mike RPM here. Oh. Yeah, it looks like Favre went off the track. Lost a couple spots. He was running in 4th, and now he's in 10th. So he did not get a well grade on the restart. One thing we won't have to worry about this race is seeing any DRS, so we don't have to worry about DRS range or anything like that here.
In rain they don't do no DRS?
Yeah, they disable it for safety reasons. So it's just going to be all what you can get out of your car, no DRS to help you.
So we've got DB battling Grimesy.
Be sticking close to him. He should be able to make a move here if he can get close enough, but I doubt it. Oh, and they had contact. Oh, Hayden coming out of nowhere.
Oh, DB around.
While Hayden and Grimesy were while DB and Grimesy were battling, Hayden took the opportunity. Saw a window and took it. And DB, brutal spin there.
So crash all over the back of Ty, who's all over the back of his teammate DB. We've got Wolfsburg in the last transfer spot with Favre right behind him, or the last point spot, excuse me, right behind him.
Yeah, Favre is right up on him, it looks like.
He was, but Wolfsburg looks to be pulling away, one of the guys that did pit. So possibly pitting might have been the right move for him.
Yeah. Slightly fresher tires here. Wolfsburg starting to pull away from Favre a little bit now. We'll see how that goes in these turns though. And DB also picked himself up a 5-second penalty on that
Favre getting under Wolfsburg and moving into that 8th position.
Excellent move. Baited him outside and then dove on the inside right on there on him. Favre just seems to have pace wherever he goes.
Favre could race shopping carts through Food Line and he would probably win. Or at least get a top 5.
Alright, at least get on the podium.
So coming down to 2 to go, excuse me.
Yeah, we might have a mix-up on the podium this week. We had Mike and Favre on the podium last week, and they're struggling in this race, so...
They are, but he is still in that points-paying spot, the last one.
Who was the other person on the podium last week? Was it Gonzalez?
I believe it was.
Or was it DB? It was DB, right?
No.
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 drawing a blank on that.
I'm looking.
I know Mike won. I believe Favre came second. Well, Slade is just pulling away from the pack at the moment. He's now up to a 2-second gap on Zach.
So Slade running away with it. The battle now is going to be for second. You've got Johnny, Spider, and Zach.
Hayden just put up the fastest lap, so he's finding a lot of pace there. He's still got 5 seconds to make up between him and Johnny Damon, but if he keeps putting down laps like that, he might have a shot. And we have a yellow flag in Sector 1.
Hayden, one of those British guys who really does well at this game, and love it when he's up here. He was in the booth with me for the championship race last year. Absolutely awesome.
Brits do love their motorsports. This is where Formula One is most popular, I believe. They definitely take it a lot more seriously than us Americans do, or at least most of them. But Formula One's been growing in America a lot over the past couple of years, which has been nice to see. Especially with the rise of Drive to Survive on Netflix. It's really brought in a new wave of fans.
It has, and over in our world, USA has a new show coming out with racing for the championship, so
really?
keep an eye out for that. It's going to follow last year's championship run with Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, and someone else. But yeah, Kyle Larson winning that championship after being suspended for saying the N-word on one of these type broadcasts on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, while he was racing with some buddies online.
Yeah, can't do that.
Nope.
That was a big no-no. And Wolfsburg just DNF'd as well.
So you've got Favre moving up to 7th, Toro to 8th.
So what's the name of that NASCAR series going to be?
I don't remember.
Well, I'll have to check that out, especially if they put it on one of the streaming services. I don't have cable at the moment.
I'll have to take a look at it. I actually canceled my cable today.
Alright, I mean, it's like I got all these streaming services.
I don't watch cable.
Shows up,
I don't watch cable anymore. I watch Twitch and YouTube mostly.
Yeah, the only time I want to watch cable is when I'm watching live sports or when I'm watching Formula One.
So Slade, your big winner.
Yep, Slade pulled out to quite the gap.
He
Spider
did.
ended up taking up second place.
Excuse me. Not yet. It is not over yet.
No, it's not over yet. Yeah, you're right. There's still a couple turns left, but Zach must have had a spin or something, because Spider pulled out 4.5 seconds. And he was behind him. Toro is running in that last point spot, so he should at least get 1 point here. Favre also looks like he's going to score a couple of points.
So jump along with your race leader, and unless he was to lag out in the next 5 seconds, Slade, your winner. There he is with the fastest
final straight.
with the fastest lap of the race, 1:16.739. So Slade's your winner. It looks like Spider coming around the final corner.
Oh, there's the yellow flag.
Spider going to be second. Zach third. Johnny fourth. Hayden fifth. Grimesy sixth. Favre Forever seventh. Toro eighth. DB to Best going to finish ninth with a 5-second penalty added. Crash, not going to crash, finish in 10th.
Genghis coming in 11th. And it looks like
But hold on, I think once DB crosses the line, it might change the starting order. No, it does not.
I think it already gave him the 5 seconds.
Did it already give him the penalty? Okay.
Yeah. He just had a big enough gap where it didn't drop him in position. And Hayden with the driver of the day in the sprint race. He was putting down quite a laps. He did have that fastest lap at one point before Slade came in and put that amazing final lap together. And Hayden got himself 4 points as well.
So
Slade will be starting on pole,
yep.
And joining him in the front row will be Spider.
Spider, Zach, Johnny, Hayden, Grimesy, Favre, Toro, DB, Crash, Gonzalez, Tygangus, DeBiscuit, Wolfsburg Turner,
and then the 2 people who DNF'd. Any predictions on what you think's going to happen this race?
I think they're going to go fast, and I think they're going to turn left and right.
Well, I think you might be right on that prediction.
All right. I hope I'm right on the go fast part. I don't know what the lap times are here in the dry, but in the wet, I feel
in the old game they were like sub 110. But...
Oh, okay. I mean, so you do lose. I mean, you lose quite a bit of time on the intermediate tires and it being wet. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good one. Definitely
this
going to be a good one.
This is one of the faster tracks in terms of lap time, though. It is one of the shorter tracks on the circuit, so on the calendar.
My favorite is Austria, though.
Austria, the Red Bull Ring.
That is my favorite of the races. All right, so we're going to start on our...
I do love some Austria.
Oh, God. Let me grab my notepad.
Is it formation lap?
Yep, that one.
Yeah. Yeah, Austria is always a fun one to watch and to race in. There's always action. There's always overtakes going on throughout the entire race. It's not an overly technical track, but it's just a good one to just really let that engine open and see what the engine can do.
All right, so 36 laps here. Light rain, just a drizzle, nothing too heavy. What are your predictions?
Well, I think going into the first turn, we're going to have a wreck between 2 cars at least.
Do you think they're going to be in the front of the pack or in the middle?
I think the middle.
Okay.
I think Slade's going to get away well, hopefully, and avoid all the nonsense. But I do think the middle is going to get a little bunched up. Maybe
I'm thinking it's going to be right there between that 5th and 10th place is what I'm thinking.
5th and 10th place, yeah.
I think
People
it might
looking to bounce up.
Well, you've got teammates starting in the outside row.
Oh yeah.
You've got, or the inside row, the way it's set up here.
I think it's inside.
Oh, and somebody already around trying to get into their starting spot. DSQs, what is that?
Disqualification.
From the race?
Yeah, but I think they can figure, because that happened last time during the sprint race, but Grimes was able to, so I think they'll still be able to race. We'll see. But otherwise, predictions, I think Favre might be able to pull himself out of podium position. He's been doing a good pace. He's been keeping his car on the track well. I think with
All
All the
right,
people
and
battling, he
here
might
we
be able to work
go.
his way up.
Gonzalez already with a penalty at the start.
Oh, drive-through penalty. Jump start.
Slade getting passed by Spider right there in the first turn. So, prediction 1, not done.
Not done, yeah. I don't think anybody crashed, it looks like. I don't know. We do have a yellow flag in Sector 1, so let me not say anything too soon. Seems like Crash did not get away well. And P. Gonzalez retired from the session. He is the one with the drive-through penalty, which basically ruined his race from the start, because you have to drive through the entire pit lane without taking any new tires or anything, so it's quite the brutal penalty to pick up, but it just means he was a little jumpy on the start.
All right, so everybody's keeping it patient here in the beginning.
Yeah, only had one person out. My first prediction was wrong.
Everybody but Spider, that is. Spider out to almost a second lead over Slade. I did not see that coming.
Yeah, we're safety car right now, so that 1 second will be erased.
And
yeah, he made an excellent move up there on the inside of
or outside
the
safety
Slade,
car for?
It's for P. Gonzalez retiring, I believe. Is it green? Okay. And they're green.
Wow. Well, that was interesting.
And this was virtual safety car. I thought I saw the safety car on the track, but... Oh, that's just the DRS detection point, I see. Never mind. Which is irrelevant in this race. And we got a yellow flag again. It looks like Ty Genghis went off the track.
So Ty, winner in week number 3 or 2.
Yeah, a bunch of the top guys, in terms of the standings, seem to be struggling here. So it's going to be interesting in terms of mixing up the standings, constructor and driver standings. We still have a lot of race left. Slade just put down a fastest lap, so he is coming on to Spider right now.
He is.
He is melting that guy.
So Slade coming up on the back of Spider. Spider's just playing with him though, just slowing down, letting him catch up. And he's going to drive back away and... Nope, not now. That's going to happen.
I don't know that you want to be doing that, though, with the pace that Slade's been putting down.
Slade is coming.
If Spider puts 1 foot wrong here, Slade will capitalize.
Oh, Slade is taking these corners with ease, not being too aggressive. You can hear it in his throttle. Right there, Spider able to pull out a little bit from him, but Slade able to catch him in the shorter corners. The tight corners is where Slade really closes in on him. And his braking, Slade under brakes, kind of goes deeper into these. Slade's going deeper into these corners than Spider is, and that's where he seems to be closing in. Is anytime they're cornering. Just raw speed, I feel like Spider's got them, but once they get into these right here, right into these tight corners, that is where Slade is closing, and he closes a ton.
Yeah, Slade definitely seems to be later on the brakes, and that could just be driving style. It could be just confidence in the car here. He could be feeling really well about where he's putting his car, so he feels like he can stop on a dime, so maybe not on a dime, but...
So Slade is there, all over the back of Spider.
And DB just DNF'd. We just lost DB out of the race as well.
DB probably going to be joining us up here in the booth. which I told him last week he was not allowed to come back in the booth until he was on the podium.
Oh, well, we might not be seeing him this week, but maybe he'll join us anyway. Yeah, I mean, Slade's definitely picking up some time in these corners, it seems. I don't know if that's just because he's doing better or if that's setup, but he does seem to really know where he's putting his car, so.
He does, and as I'm riding along, okay, so we have a safety car.
Oh. And Zach has DNF'd out of this race as well. We've already lost 3 guys. 5 laps in. Oh, I didn't ask you before. Did you take the over or under on 8 people finishing this race?
Well, I was gonna go with 12, but I mean, that's my honest answer. That's what I was gonna go with. But since I have been given some extra time here, I think I'm gonna go with 5. 5 people will finish this race, and one of which I did not think would be one of the 5 is gonna end up possibly keeping his points lead, and that's gonna be Mike RPM.
Yeah, if Mike can keep his car on track,
if he's absolutely. If he can keep just even a slow pace, I know he's not in the best driving ability that he's had here in recent weeks without his steering wheel. If he can just keep it between the lines, he can come out of here with a good finish and maintain his points lead.
Yeah, I was say if a bunch of people DNF this race, if you just finish, you can get a handful of points here. So. He very well could protect his lead here.
Yeah.
I mean, he is struggling with the pace, but he has done a good job. I mean, 5 laps into the race of keeping his car on the track. With all the chaos going around him, that's easier said than done.
And
though he did just pick up a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car, and
now,
that's really going to hurt his race.
Can you serve this drive-through penalty under a safety car?
I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't think you can, but...
Because, I mean, it would be the perfect opportunity to go do a drive-through penalty right now.
You would lose a lot less time, yeah. We'll see. I don't think you can, but we might see Mike do it.
Well, after the boss man, Mr. Dan, DB to Best, goes and, hits the punching bag a few times, I told him to join us up here, see if we can get some insider information from him. But, after...
Let us know how the conditions on the track are.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he's going to say wet. After the start to the season, he had a great first race, and then since then... He is not having the best of luck this season in that Red Bull machine. We're going to need Ty, the other Red Bull car, to really perform tonight to help keep them up there in the constructor standings.
Yeah. Let me look at the standings. Where is Red Bull currently?
But with Favre and
right?
Mike both still in the race, it's going to be hard to catch them tonight with just one of the Red Bull cars left. Going for the checkered flag in this 36-lap event here in Brazil.
And Ty Genghis is currently outside the points, but like we said with Mike, if he can just keep the car on the track, we still have about 30 laps to go. So,
see, I feel like this is kind of out of the ordinary. I don't believe it rains this hard in Brazil.
Oh no, it does.
Does it really?
I just say I watched the Brazil race on F1 and it was pouring. It pours sometimes in Brazil. You gotta think they have the Brazilian rainforest and all that, so they get a hefty amount of rain there.
Oh, see, I haven't thought about the rainforest since I was in the 2nd grade.
They are a lot smaller than when you were in the 2nd grade.
Okay. I thought it would be gone by now, the way they were talking.
It's trending that way for sure, but.
All right. Well, we're still under a safety car here with 7 laps complete in Brazil. 3 of our 16 starters out of the race. Gonzalez, DB to Best, and Zach, all 3 have retired.
Yep.
And Spider, kind of shocking all of us, taking the lead and commanding this race after Slade has just been dominant in qualifying and in the 12 lap little shootout race we had. Little shootout race. Oh gosh, what is the words? What is it called?
Sprint.
The 12 lap sprint we had to begin tonight. Yeah, it's oh, and I hear a dog barking. Is that your dog or is that DB's dog?
It's my roommate's dog.
Oh, okay.
Yep. He's got 2 dogs and a cat, so if you hear them barking, then they're just going nuts. Probably seeing somebody across the street, or well, hopefully not a mailman this late, but. But yeah, getting back to your point, yeah, Spider is doing a very impressive job of getting out in front, especially that first move on that first lap. And then it's basically just been holding on to it since. I mean, we had a couple of incidents to help him.
And he knows that if he's gonna get up there, he needs to get away from Slade, because Slade been one of the fastest in practice, the fastest in qualifying.
Fastest in the sprint, won the sprint.
Yeah. So I mean, if I'm Spider, I'm gonna go and turn my rearview mirror off. I do not want to see what's coming behind me. I just drive out the front and go.
Yeah, just try to put the foot down right on every turn. Just make sure you get your exits good, and just worry about your own race. Don't worry about the car behind you. But it's going to be hard with a guy like Slade, because you're going to feel that pressure. So, and I'm sure Slade's just playing it safe right now, realizes it's early in the race and doesn't want to jeopardize making a mistake this early. So he's probably just feeling Spider out, waiting for the right moment, if he is going to make a move. Do you see when the safety car goes in?
It does tell me, and it just went in.
Oh, yeah, I see it now. Safety car in this lap. All right.
All right, so we're going to get back to racing into the Senna S corners.
Yep. Which is always a great spot for an overtake.
All right, and as they're going through the Cordova del Sol, down the Reta Opposata,
I hope you learning the tracks.
Into the Desada de Largo. Uh-oh. And Hayden gets loose. Johnny able to get by him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and there's debris all over the track. Somebody has lost a wing. We found it.
Oh, Wolfsburg Tuner has also DNF'd this race, it appears.
And I believe that would
be the debris.
That would be the wing that we see.
There you go.
Wolfsburg Turner as our leaders here. Spider, Slade out front. Spider in second. His teammate Johnny right behind him in third. Oh,
yeah, honestly, if I were Mike here, I would just serve my drive-through penalty this lap. Just get away from the traffic of everybody else.
Turns 10, the Bisco de Pato.
You pull up a track map or something?
I sure as hell did, buddy.
Hey, I love it. I love it. Yeah, if I was Mike, I'd take that drive-through penalty now, and then you don't have to worry about all the people around you making mistakes and sliding into you. You can just do your own race there and just focus about staying on the track. So we might see him go into the pit here. He's coming up to it.
He is. Mike in the pits. He must be listening to you.
Yeah, he must be taking it.
So we're down to my original number, 12.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to have 12. I mean, if all 12 of these guys finished up the next 26, 27 laps, I'd be impressed. But yeah, Slade's holding up that lead up there. Oh, wait, he did get past Spider. I didn't even notice that.
He did. So Hayden getting loose coming off the corners, but still able to keep up with Johnny.
Yeah. Just being able to hold that position is impressive with the spin.
Let's see, you've got Grimesy with Favre all over the back of him. Favre, one of the legends over in the stock car world, trying to flex some muscle here in the open car world.
Yeah. And he's who I predicted would get that last spot on the podium.
As Grimesy gets off the track, spins in front of Favre.
Ooh.
See, I hate putting the camera on people because I feel like that's where the action ends up happening. It's like they know I'm watching them.
All right, so you're putting bad luck on them.
Like broadcasters watching you.
They're definitely feeling the pressure.
They are. Slade out to a second lead over Spider. But Spider trying to get back up there, trying to keep Slade honest, waiting to see Slade make a mistake. But Slade just not making any mistakes tonight in that cotton candy color car. I love it. It's one of my favorite paint schemes on any of these F1 cars is the car that Slade drives. I don't know why.
Have you seen the alternate paint scheme for it?
I haven't. I don't want to see it. I love this one. It just reminds me of a state fair. A nice little cotton candy from time to time, and he is definitely taking them to the fair right now. This is Slade's Slade's game, Slade's race. This is Slade's world. We're just in it to ride around and watch. Because once he got around Spider, that was it. Spider had to stay in front of Slade to stay up in the front of this thing. I think now Slade's just going to drive away from him.
Yeah, Slade looks extremely comfortable. He looks like he's just kicking back, sipping a couple of beers, you know.
I mean, and if anybody's going to be able to drink a couple beers and drive this track, it's definitely going to be Slade.
Don't sleep on the car that just is about to take over third place right now.
We have been definitely watching Hayden?
Yeah.
As he did take over third. Man, I missed it. I've been following, but see that right there, that move he just made. He gets so loose coming off of these corners that I'm afraid that Hayden trying to get up there into first might spin. As loose as he's getting coming off of a lot of these corners.
Well, Hayden's one of the few people running with no assist, so that's why he's probably getting a little looser than most people.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No traction control. Yeah, that'll really do it here.
That's why I died.
I can't imagine no track. I can't drive my Traverse without traction control on. I can only imagine driving one of these.
Yeah, I like to have some level of traction control on when I play this game, because having it on off completely, it doesn't even feel like I'm driving a Formula 1 car. It's just sliding all over the place. I'm like, I shouldn't be able to drift this. But
oh, he just gained 2/10 going through that turn there. Oh.
Wade?
Yeah. We're watching him from the view of Johnny. And as you guys can hear, the voice of DB the Best going to finish this race in 15th. Seems like he lasted a little longer than he did in some of the first races this season. What ended up... Oh, Toro out of the race with a DNF.
Yeah,
Toro right there. Oh, destroyed right there in, let's see, in the...
that's right before the pit entrance goes.
The Serva de Sol. So Mike RPM doing what he needs to do, just toughing it out, riding around in the back, and just, you know, as they go, he just moves up another spot, and he is going to secure his points lead if he just stays in here. Three more guys drop out? I don't think that someone's going to be able to touch his points lead tonight.
Actually, just to point this out, Mike's actually in the points right now because the Biscuit, who's in 7th right now, his car's been an AI for the whole race. He left before the race started, so he's going to get moved down in position, or he's going to get moved down to the end of the...
All right, so Mike's going to guarantee at least a point here.
Wow.
Yeah, and the person right now because he's on vacation and he didn't bring his wheel with him.
That's what we were talking about in qualifying. I was like, this is very un-Mike-esque to be last in qualifying. But I remember reading earlier in the Discord that Mike was not racing with his wheel tonight, so he was at a disadvantage. Said he might even just start the race and park it on the first lap. But no, I mean he's seen people falling out. I mean he's doing the smart thing. Took his pass-through penalty already. And that amazing because we're in a safety car now, so he's already taken his penalty. Now he's able to catch back up to the field.
Yep.
I mean, so now he's sitting in the catbird seat here. So Mike RPM definitely turning what is it? Sour grapes into beautiful wine tonight here in the
very interesting
beautiful track here in Brazil.
Yeah, it looks like Favre is going into the pits right now.
Slade and Johnny just stopped for new intermediates, and Hayden, Spider, and Ty all stayed out. You don't need to pit when it's raining, so, I mean, there's a possibility with all these safety cars that you can make the first set of tires probably last, especially considering half of the race has been under safety cars.
Yeah.
You can, but if you look back at the... Where's my notebook? If you look back at the 12-lap sprint that we had, Wolfsburg got tires on one of the safety cars in that and flew through the field. So I understand. I mean, I don't play the game, but just seeing him pit and seeing what his car was able to do after he came out of the pits, I mean, yeah, he's a great driver, but I wonder if him pitting and taking those tires did actually help him with that. But I do have a question for you since you are in here. It was something that me and Jake both did not know the answer to. And I'm still, you know, I might have the voice of a broadcaster, but no knowledge of F1. Still really trying to learn the F1 side of things. If you have a penalty, can you serve your penalty under a safety car?
It depends on the penalty.
Okay.
If you have a drive-through penalty, you cannot serve it under safety car. It has to be under green flag. If you have a 5-second penalty, you can serve that in the pits whenever. If you have a 3-second penalty for corner cutting or a 2-second penalty for an incident with somebody, you can't serve those. That just gets added on at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's what happened with you at the end of the sprint.
Well, that was the game being stupid because I spun and then got hit from somebody behind me and somehow got a 5-second penalty for that.
Okay.
Yeah, the game tends to do that. If you get like spun out and somebody runs into you, you get the penalty.
Well,
it's rough sometimes, especially if it's not your fault that you spun.
If any of the guys from EA Sports is watching this, he did not mean to call it a stupid game. We very much enjoy F122 and everything you guys do over at EA Sports, so please don't take that to heart. He's just upset because he didn't win the race.
I didn't finish the race.
Well, to be fair, EA could work on making a lot of the things better, but they did put out a really good game. Yeah.
I was very impressed with just the differences between 21 and 22. Normally, you don't see that big of a change in games. I mean, yeah, I know this is a new car this season, and they've made a lot of track updates. But Racing 21 and then coming and Racing 22 was night and day. And watching the way that over in the other world, the stock car world, they brought a game out that was complete junk. People spent $100 on this sucker. It was NASCAR Ignition exactly. What was it called? It was NASCAR Ignition 21. Absolute horrible game. I've never ever seen a game come out that people downloaded and deleted in the same night that it came out.
I felt worse about a $90 purchase that I've made.
Oh yeah, I mean,
that's why I always wait to see like games come out before I really like, especially if I want to buy like the $90 version or something.
Well, Jake, you know, I've learned my lesson. I bought 4 copies of it because I ran a league last summer, and of the 12 guys in the league, the top 4 in points, their trophy, their prize, was the Champions Edition of Ignition 21. So the night before it, I bought 4 copies, or bought 4 PlayStation gift cards, sent them to everybody. They downloaded the game, and we all deleted it within, 20 minutes of the game coming out.
So they won nothing.
They won nothing. Yeah, they won nothing there. Except a really good paint booth. That's about it.
Life lesson. Not get your hopes up.
Yes, sir.
That's what they want.
It was so bad. It's so bad over there that safety car going in right here. So bad over there that they are doing a paid download for the 2022 paint schemes for a game that is 3 years old because nobody will play the new game. So a game where the company doesn't even exist anymore, they're getting together and putting together new paint schemes for and letting you buy new paint schemes for a 3-year-old game that,
trying to do a desperate cash grab there.
Here we are, Spider back out in the lead with Hayden, who DB has said we need to be watching this guy. So Hayden in second, Slade in third, and keeping it in the race for Team Red Bull, you got Ty Genghis in fifth. as Johnny moves up to 4th.
Yeah, and back to Hayden.
AI is backing up the field, it looks like.
Who's AI?
The biscuit.
DeBisco. Oh yeah, so the guy in 6th is a ghost. He's not really there. And so you've got Favre trying to get by DeBiscuit. He gets by the AI car and now put Favre up to the 6th position. It's your bro Chase in 7th. Let's move through this field here. So we're going to ride along. See, it's hard to pick which battle to ride with.
Yeah, I say that battle for 2nd's good. That battle for 1st.
The one for 6th is good.
Yeah, 7 through 10's really close to each other.
So we're going to ride along with Slade in 3rd. Because
Hayden had some speed in that sprint race. I remember him putting up one of the fastest laps, probably like 8 laps into the sprint race. So he definitely has the pace.
But right here, Slade making a pass on the outside of Hayden for 2nd as they're both looking for 1st. Oh, they get into each other going through the Senna S turns.
Oh. A little contact there.
All right, so move Slade up to 2nd. Here comes Johnny. Ha, that's funny. Here comes Johnny.
He just got in that slipstream of Hayden and just
Johnny looking to get by Hayden here. He's peeking. He ain't going to move yet. Oh. So Slade 2nd, Hayden 3rd. Johnny all over the back trying to get that 3rd position away from Hayden and get, what is the teal team called?
Mercedes?
Oh, yeah. Get Mercedes up there and get Mercedes 2 podium spots tonight as Mercedes trying to work their way up the standings in the constructor standings.
Bless you.
God, I love the cotton candy car, dude. I love it.
Yeah, I was going to tell you, the alternate paint scheme is also cotton candy colored, but it's like mostly pink and then like some blue instead.
Oh, it's like the reverse of this?
Just,
okay.
Yeah, inverse, yep. So you still probably love that one too.
Slade is definitely gaining in here on Spider.
He is. He was doing that whole first stint before the first safety car, but Spider able to stay in front of him. He just wasn't able to make the pass. And, you know, being in the rain, not having the DRS is really not letting these guys make extremely good passes like we normally see every week. They're really having to be methodical with the way they pass each other because they don't have that extra wing advantage going in.
You really have to set the person up for a pass or really use the slipstream down the straight.
But these top 4, you could throw a really long blanket over and it would cover all 4 of them.
Yeah, they are all right up on each other.
Less than a second between 1st and 4th right now.
A little train for 1st going on here.
If one guy makes a mistake, the guy behind him and probably behind him is going to jump all over it. But Spider out there running the race of his life, trying to stay in front of Slade, probably knowing Slade has been the favorite all week, been the favorite in qualifying, the favorite in... Oh, and Spider up into the wall. Slade going underneath him. Oh, Slade going to take the lead right here on the front stretch. Getting into turn 1.
What happened there from Spider?
He just slid and hit that outside wall just so lightly, but it was just enough to give. I said one person slips up, they're going to capitalize, and Slade definitely capitalized. And here is what we're going to see: Slade is about to drive away. Once Slade gets that clean air. It's over for who's behind him. That is something we've noticed. It's been a trend of the race, a trend of the sprint race.
He did it in the practices this week too.
Yeah, it's all I've been hearing all week was how great. Oh, Crash has crashed out. I did it again. So that makes it 11 left in the field with DeBiscuit
10
and his 10 left
10.
in the field. And what was our over-under? What did we say? You said there will be 7 left running at the end of this?
7, yeah.
My original number was 12, which has been blown out at the moment. And Mike RPM just still getting by
Just keep his car on the track.
I mean, sometimes you
just
got to do it. Why does oh, I'm riding along with the wrong cotton candy car. I'm like, why does Slade look ghosted? All right, so Spider hitting pit road, pit lane, pit something.
Hitting pits.
I wonder if Spider went in the wall because his tires went out. I wonder if his tires overheated and he just couldn't get that time going in.
I think he just realized it was probably a better option to go get the new intermediates for the rest of the race.
Perfect time to be in the pits as a safety car comes out, as Crash did crash. So they probably knew he was out and the safety car was coming. So that might be the reason they hit pit road right there.
Yeah, probably. It's a good time to do it. Even if it was just a virtual safety car, you save a couple seconds pitting. But
I'm really surprised Hayden didn't stop here for the safety car.
But we've got Mike RPM and Favre running 4th and 5th. I mean, Mike RPM, he's impressing me tonight with being on a controller, and he's been on a wheel for years. And doing this on a controller on vacation, and has worked his way up to the 5th position. That is just that's amazing in my opinion here.
Yeah, I'm impressed because like the pace he was putting in qualifying and how he was struggling in qualifying.
I mean, he was
just keeping his car on the track
16 seconds behind the pole speed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that right there, this is just impressive. Oh, as I say that, is that him that just went off the track? Quite possibly, it sure is.
Oh, yeah. Well, only dropped a position there for him, but...
So right now, Slade, Hayden, and Johnny, your top 3, with Favre forever running there in the 4th position. He loves that number 4. Been there quite a bit today. Spider back to 5th, Mike in 6th, Ty 7th, It's Your Bro chasing 8th, and Grimesy in 9th. We just don't even talk about DeBiscuit.
Well, he had joined in during the sprint race and then left, and I guess he wasn't happy with his car, so he just left for good.
Well, I have been super excited because I love racing in the rain.
Me too. Definitely makes for interesting races.
Before the broadcast
even on some
began,
of the worst tracks.
Well, before the broadcast began, Jake, we were game sharing, and Jake jumped in and ran this in heavy rain, and I was like, "Oh no, they're not doing heavy rain. It's only gonna be light rain." He's like, "Oh, this is gonna be a wreck fest." I'm like, "No, they're not doing the heavy stuff, just the light rain today."
Still brutal.
Yeah. I forgot how bad the heavy rain on Brazil was.
So, DB, when it's not raining, what are the lap times that you're throwing down here in Brazil as the safety car is going in?
I think it's like 109s.
Okay, so sub 110s. That's what Jake was saying on the last game. He said it was just sub 110, so he wasn't quite sure about the new game.
Yeah, I haven't done too many laps on the dry on here because I knew it was going to be a rain race, so I'm not 100% sure. But that's what I was running last year.
All right, we're getting ready to go back green here with Slade out front, Hayden in 2nd. We are going to ride along with Hayden because I have a feeling he is not going to ride in 2nd for long. Ooh, he gets into the back of Slade just a little bit.
Just as Grimesy's joined, did he leave at some point?
Yeah, I think he got kicked out a couple laps ago right when the safety car started. He just got back in.
So can you take back over your ghosts when you come back in?
Yeah.
That's nice.
So if DeBiscuit wanted to, he could jump back in and finish? Is that?
He could, yes, but
Well, shoot,
That's
that's what I would do. I would just let all y'all wreck out and then let my AI run the race for me, and then right there on the last lap, I just jump in just so I got the points. That's how I would. That's how I'd run this.
But we have a rule against that, so people don't do that.
That's why I'm a broadcaster, not a racer here in the.
I was going to say, some people probably wouldn't be very happy with that.
Oh, Grimesby's about to lose it. Oh, Grimesby's just, I think he's dead. He died.
Oh, no.
Safety car. Jesus. Oh, my Lord. Well, I guess Hayden's tires are definitely going to be fine at this point.
Yeah, maybe Hayden knew that was coming, so he was just like, yeah, I'm just going to stay out, hope for a couple more safety cars.
Mike's celebrating every time somebody wrecks out here. He's like, yep, there we go. This is what I wanted.
Hell yeah. I mean, he's up to 8th. I mean, it's going to be a good day for Mike RPM. A day that started off with him being uncertain as to if he would get any points. He's already getting at least, what, 2?
4.
4?
Yep.
Wow.
And you know, when you speak of them, they appear. And in the booth with us now, the freshest one in the pits for the race, Grimesy. Was it just a little too wet for you out there, brother?
Nah, so I unfortunately got disconnected. You know, Cuban Wi-Fi kind of sucks, like just in general, man. And I came back and I took control of the car. I was coming up that uphill slope, just about to cross the finish line. And then the next thing I know, it hands the controls back to me, and all of a sudden my wheel goes left, and I'm just like, well.
Oh man.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, man. I'm not upset. It's just, it was a tough.
All right, so Hayden looking at the inside of Slade. Oh, just kidding. We're still under a safety car. I was like, damn, he looks like he is getting it right there, brother. Dang.
I was like, I know I'm on a slight delay, but I was like...
I'm sorry. I just saw Hayden dive to the inside, and I'm like, hell yeah, let's go!
Yeah.
Hell yeah, racing.
But it was a culmination of a lot of things tonight. You know, just like I was bouncing back and forth, top of the stag, bottom of the stag, top of the stag. But you know, it just is what it is. I can't be upset with it. So.
And he still finished out in front of a lot of them, so he should still get a point there in P10. So.
He's P9. DeBiscuit's not in here. Remember, we don't talk about DeBiscuit, so he finishes 9th.
You're right.
Woo, 3 points. Well,
hey,
I think I get points from coming in 6th in the sprint, right?
You do.
Yeah.
Top 8 there get points. So
well,
I mean,
3 points in the sprint. Yeah.
Can you not? Let's not brag about our 3 points. That's 3 points more than the other guy in the booth got today. All right. So let's not brag about what we got.
I don't want to hear it. DB like finished fucking higher than I did last race, and that's because he actually got the race. So.
And there goes $1 for the jar. Whoop whoop. I have not put any money in the jar tonight, but you were in here for 2 minutes and already dropped the F-bomb. There's $1.
All right, send me the cash app.
All right, so we're coming down to 10 to go, and the lap leader today, definitely the safety car.
Safety cars led most of the laps, that's for sure.
Absolutely. But when we're racing, it has been fantastic racing up front tonight.
Oh, a lot of action.
I was just kidding, man. I was just kidding. You don't have to put $1 in the jar. Jeez.
Man's upset.
Just send me
a long race, crashed out, and he just lost
$1. We'll call it even. Just one Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, just one single Bitcoin.
Just one single Bitcoin. That's all.
Yeah, a lot of us forgot that there was a sprint race with this, so we didn't realize it was going to be 48 laps.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't realize it either. Daniel was like, yeah, it's going to be qualifying in the race. And he's like, oh, we got a sprint race. And I was like, oh, hell yeah.
I didn't know we had
there's going to be one next week at Austria as well.
Austria, my favorite track. Can we do that one in the rain too? Surprise? Like surprise rain?
No.
Like one of those just...
Rain.
Like one of those
like
just
light shower in the middle of the race.
Yeah, just out of nowhere. I wish the broadcasters could do that. All right, change the weather. Bam, snow.
Rain 5 minutes out, everybody.
Yeah, so we had it on dynamic last year, but it rained a little too much. So
I know that championship race was awesome.
Man, see, when I ran leagues in Dynamic, I could never get rain races. Like, it was like every race was dry for us. And, like, the only time we'd have rain, it'd be, like, for 5 minutes in the race. It'd be like, right at the beginning or right at the end.
All right, safety car off. Slade going to bring us back to green. Spidey all over the back, Hayden all over the back of him. Like I said, I don't see Hayden is finishing second here as he looks to the inside of Slade going into one. Not able to make the pass.
Battle. If he can stick close, especially with all these safety cars.
I have never gotten this view before, but I love it. This is my favorite view. Holy cow.
The aerial view?
I don't ever get this view.
I would also like to point out that Slade, Johnny, Favre, and Spider have all not won this year.
Hayden on the outside of Slade.
We've had a different winner every race so far.
Yeah, we did. We talked about that. Yeah, we talked about that just a little bit ago. This is going to be great tonight. So we're going to have a different winner tonight, right? Nobody in the front has won?
Hayden is the only one up in the top 5 that has a win.
Oh, that's right. He won race number 3.
Race number 3, I was hungry.
All right, so Johnny looking to get second from Hayden. Favre looking content in 4th.
Yeah, Johnny's just sticking back, letting Hayden and Slade battle it out, waiting for an opportune time, I think, to make a move. Maybe hoping they slow each other down a little bit.
Well, I feel like Hayden is the faster car in the straights, but in the corners, Slade just corners better than anyone else I've noticed. In the corners is where Slade pulls away, but when they're just raw speed wide open, Slade is not the fastest. But definitely in the corners is where Slade is pulling.
It could be all set up.
Yeah, the setups are very different, I've noticed, from talking to different people, what they're running and stuff. So we all kind of were all over the place here. Some people were running low wing, some people were running 50-50, so you can tell the difference on the straightaways.
Were you running higher downforce, lower downforce?
I was running higher downforce. I think I had 43 on my wings.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's all right. I do it here.
So our top 3 running nose to tail, or wing to wing.
I feel like it's easier to just, like, make it through these turns, especially, like, the more technical aspects of it when you have higher downforce.
It's not, like, very long straight. Oh, Hayden's wrecking. Oh, did he save it? Wow, what a save.
Oh, yeah, it was. And it's your bro Chase retiring.
Yeah, just drifted around that corner. That's some Tokyo drift stuff right there from Hayden.
So we are down to 7, which was my new number. Slade just threw down the fastest lap of the race.
My number. Your new number's 5.
1:17.560.
Yep. Slade's still being the fastest car out there, and he's definitely extended his gap out there in
Johnny
front.
Around Hayden. Johnny up to second. Now he's got his eyes set on Slade. Johnny, not one we've talked about in the top 3 tonight. But his teammate Spider has been, and he is now all over the back of Hayden, trying to get both of those Mercedes on the podium.
Yeah, Johnny's just been sticking back, like right outside the top 3 for most of the race, just hanging in there. But he's doing stuff right.
Hayden slipping up there and almost wrecking pretty much gave this race to Slade, I feel like, unless there's another safety car.
Yeah, there might be.
Catching him.
All right. As Slade coming around to get 6 to go.
Yeah, if there's no safety car, I think Slade might have this, but this battle for second's definitely going to be interesting between Hayden and Johnny. Battle for 6th between Mike and Tagangas is also pretty tight.
Ty just got around him.
Oh, yeah.
Hayden's looking like he wants to get back around Johnny here, and he knows he doesn't have much time, so he's probably going to try to do this very quickly.
Yeah.
He does, but so looking at the track map, what are the ideal passing zones here when you do not have the DRS? Where do you want to try to set up your passes here at Brazil?
Where the longer straightaways are. So coming out of this last turn right here, you want to try to get a good run on somebody, and if you have enough ERS, you can try to make a run on them. But it's really hard depending on people's setups, because if somebody's running a lot lower downforce than you are, it's really hard to make a pass on the straightaways. So there's not really an ideal spot in the rain, to be honest. And this track
and the dry, the S and the straight after that is a really good place to pass usually.
Yeah.
So
straight after
put Hayden back up to second
spot.
place as he gets around Johnny.
This straightaway here going into the left-hander is another place that you could probably get off the pass pretty good. But yeah, besides that, there's not too many other places I'd really want to even be side by side.
All right, so now we're going to have the Mercedes battling out for that final podium position as Hayden moves back up into second position, going after Slade now, but Slade just driving away. Once he got that wing in fresh air, he is, well, fresh rainy air. He's just able to just drive away as we've seen all night. So the battle going to be for that third and final podium position between Johnny and his teammate Spider.
Yeah.
I wish
wonder if Spider will race him aggressively.
What Hayden's tire percents are at. He still has not stopped yet this race. He's actually catching.
So
Slade
I can actually
see how old the tires are.
30 laps. He has had 30 laps on his. Everyone else is at 17 is the lowest, and Hayden on 31 lap old tires, and just threw down the fastest lap of the race at a 1:17.519.
I was talking about his percentages on his tires, but he
also
used all of his ERS, which is now gone, and Slade at 62%.
Now your ERS will rebuild, right, throughout the lap? Okay.
It builds up in like braking zones and stuff
Very
like that.
slowly.
Yeah, the more you like let off the gas in the turns and brake more, like the quicker it'll build up.
I think I see Hayden at least catching
Back of Slade.
The Slade. He might not pass him, but he will be all over the back of him by the end of this as we have less than 4 to go.
I'm going to watch Slade this lap because he's got 76% in his ERS, so I'm thinking he might be going for a hot lap here to try to get it back from Hayden and pull away.
Yeah, get that extra point for the fastest lap, too.
Oh, yep, there he goes. He just flipped it on.
And Hayden with a 117, 180. Best his last lap. What does the purple map mean?
Purple means fastest lap.
Oh. I've never seen the map turn purple. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. I think it's because you're watching on Hayden's screen, so like it lights up like whatever sectors he like purples and stuff like that. So if you're watching somebody else, it wouldn't have flashed up purple, I don't think.
Hayden has caught Slade. Less than a half a second between the two.
I guess those old inters are really doing Hayden well here. He's finding some life in him somehow.
The 5 or so safety cars definitely helped.
Yeah,
Slade still didn't really use up his ERS yet, which I'm really surprised on. And Hayden's actually building a little bit back up now, too.
So they are definitely going to build this up to be an awesome last 2 laps. As we come to 2 to go. 3 to go, excuse me.
And those top 2 have pulled away from Johnny, so looks like Johnny's alone there.
We actually got a battle for third going on right now.
Yeah. Spider's pulling up right on him.
Oh, man.
I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go. I keep seeing Hayden get closer and closer on the times. Let me get back up there in a second.
Yeah, it looks like Spider just lost a little bit of time, man.
Oh, man. All right. Hayden on the back of Slade. Slade gets his back tires down to the grass just a little bit, but doesn't slow him down.
Slade really needs to start burning that ERS. You don't want to finish with 70%.
Yeah, you can't take it with you, so you might as well use it now. I'm sure going into this lap, he's definitely going to be using it. Or maybe he's just trying to bring it home. Maybe he just wants to play it safe and try to block off Hayden, keep him behind.
I think they'd just be using it on the front stretch here, and then he cuts it off halfway down.
And he's probably just playing it safe.
Well, yeah, it doesn't want to enter that corner too hard and take that chance of spinning out.
Yeah, he must just be confident in where he can put his car to defend off Hayden, trying to make a move, so. Oh. Looks like Slade did get a little loose in that Senna S.
All right, 2 to go.
Oh, he got a little loose there. Oh, wow.
Oh, Hayden got all over the back of Slade there.
It looks like Johnny's gotten a little bit of a gap on Spider. He's been holding a little more than half a second gap on him there, so it looks like he might have third as long as he doesn't mess up.
Yeah.
And Hayden drives it in. Oh, but Slade able to pull away on the straightaway. All right, guys, here we are, 1 to go. And my prediction to win this race is going to be Slade.
Ballsy.
Oh, that's been my prediction from the beginning. It just
Hayden just has no ERS. He's gonna have to send it somewhere to be able to make a move here.
Yeah.
But Hayden to me just doesn't seem like the kind of guy that's just gonna send it.
Yeah, risk podium right here. I don't know.
DB's like,
that's
you don't know him that well.
We'll see what happens here. I know Hayden wants to win right now. He ain't get this far to get to second. Oh.
He gets on those rumble strips. He's getting there.
Yeah,
Slade gets a little better drive off these corners. All right, coming down. We've got 3 more corners.
Yeah.
They're basically equal on ERS here, which is interesting.
Hayden's sticking on him.
And this is his final shot right here. That's going to do it. Slade is going to win this race right here. So give us a different winner in every single race so far this season here in the eProRacing Series. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for Slade winning it tonight here in the rain in Brazil. You got Hayden second, Johnny third, Spider fourth, Favre comes around fifth, Tykangas in sixth, and with a controller on vacation, didn't think he'd get it. Mike RPM finishing seventh, probably going to keep his points lead on a night when we thought it would be just treacherous for him. He ends up pulling it out, finishing that 7th position. You're going to have It's Your Bro Chase 8th, Grimesy 9th, Crash 10th, Toro 11th, and it went away.
Wolfsburg.
Okay. Wolfsburg.
Zach and DB and then Gonzalez to wrap up the grid.
And then in last place is going to be the ghost car. No, the ghost car.
Oh, yeah.
The Biscuit.
Yep. The Biscuit. Mike RPM, a driver of the day.
I agree. I don't know who. I don't know who said that.
Especially with how bleak things were looking for him to come out where he did in 7th place. That's an amazing drive from him.
Absolutely, absolutely. As we see I love the podium dance for Slade. That is awesome. Do you want to add Slade here too, buddy?
I'm trying to. I don't see. Oh, there he is.
So Slade victorious here in the eProRacing Series. Hayden second, Johnny third. The 3 different manufacturers finishing in the top 3 tonight. And welcome in Slade. Slade, what a performance you put on in qualifying in the sprint race, and then again here in the 36-lap main event. What a night. Congratulations, man. How was your race?
It was a little bit scary. I felt like we had a pace to just pull away from everybody like we did in the qualifying race, but Spider got one heck of a jump, and instead of me firing off at the usual 117 ones, 116 nines, I was in like the 118, so I was still like kind of trapped behind him, and it was until the safety car, I believe it was the second one, where I finally got around him, and we kind of kept even, put a little bit of a gap. And then, yeah, we pit early, which almost bit me in the rear end there, even though Hayden was on. He didn't pit at all. But, no, it was a lot of fun. I love these wet races. Brazil is usually not a favorable track for me, but I love the wet. And so I knew it was going to be a good event once I was told it was going to be a wet race.
Yeah, you had a hell of a race. Maximum points besides that fastest lap right there. But
yeah, which has Hayden joined us?
I don't think he has.
No. I want to
We
throw
do
it
have
out there.
Johnny Damon.
Hayden got his fastest lap with 30 lap old tires was where he got the fastest lap. I just thought that was incredible to see. When it was pointed out, here he is joining us right here. It takes him a second, I know, to connect. But yeah, seeing Hayden, and when he got the fastest lap, I looked up and I was like, we were looking at tires and I was like, holy cow, he's on 30 lap old tires as he got the fastest lap of the race. So I thought that was awesome. He was closing in right there at the end. We did notice that you had a lot of ERS left over there with about 4 to go and wiped it out by the end of the race there, Slade. So you were definitely picking and choosing the right spots to use it. Very good race ran by you, man. You were my pick to win from the beginning. I think from 3 days ago after practice, you were my pick to win today, from what I was hearing from everybody. So congratulations on your big win. This was the 6th race, I believe. 6 winners, 6 races, or 5 winners, 5 races. Fifth, yeah, 5 race winners in 5 different races. Definitely setting up to be one hell of a season here. And Slade, our most recent winner. Hayden joins us. Hayden, you put on quite a performance, not pitting once. Old tires at the end of that thing. And like I was just saying, on lap 30 of your tires is when you put down the fastest lap. That was amazing, man. Tell me about your run and anything you could have done different to try to get by Slade, or was he just the class of the field?
I probably could have adjusted my setup a bit to more straight line speed. Mine was mainly for cornering. That's why I was gaining pretty much every lap in the corners, and then he just dusted me on the straights. But yeah, I was always planning on not pitting at all. It's just a better strategy because the inters they get better as they get more worn. So,
all right.
Yeah, I didn't have enough ERS to attack because I had to get past Damien after making a mistake.
Yeah, well, that was a hell of a performance. The last couple laps of that, you closing in, man. It was over under here if you were going to send it on that last lap. But you held out. You got that second place. Good points night for you. I know you've needed a couple good points nights tonight. Definitely one of those. So congratulations. Great second place finish. Great drive up through that field. And Johnny, man, you were battle with your teammate there at the end for that final podium position. You had a great race. Very methodical on your positioning and trying to get by people. I thought you ran a really good race. It looks like you saved a lot of your stuff for the end there. Tell me about how your race went, and congratulations on your podium tonight, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I was just happy I was able to hold on to podium. My teammate was definitely closing the gap a few times, but I was able to get a good run off of some corners to create a second gap again. But yeah, I mean, once Hayden made that mistake, I thought I could hold him at bay for a little bit, but you can't hold Hayden at bay for too long. Otherwise, he's just gonna blow doors right off you. So yeah, I was happy with the podium, especially after last week. I was pretty fast last week, and finish on podium this week. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, well, congratulations, man, and I am looking forward to Austria. I know Brazil in the rain definitely was I feel like the race of the season so far. Definitely action packed from start to finish. Y'all going to my favorite track next week over in Austria. Really looking forward to that. I'm expecting we might get our 6th different winner in 6 races.
That's the way it's trending, I think.
It is. So stay tuned. And you know, Mike might be back from vacation next week, so he'll be off the controller. So we might not be seeing a different winner. I feel like if Mike was on a wheel tonight, it would have been a different ending for him. But you know, coming back, I feel he definitely was the run of the race, getting as many points as he was able to get, being at the disadvantage he was. So that's going to do it for us here tonight in Brazil, everybody. We'll join you next Monday night right here on Twitch. Make sure you share this with your friends. Let them know that when we go live, you're going to see some awesome racing here in the ePro Racing Series. As for Jay Dameron, my name is Niner Dan. I hope everybody has a great week, and we will see you next week in Austria.